This video sponsored by Meeple Movers. No minimum order, no subscriptions. Free shipping on every item, every day. At meeplemovers.com.
Hello, welcome to Brian's Got Game. I'm Brian. Today, I've got a game called Stuffed Fables. Stuffed Fables is a 2 to 4 player cooperative storytelling game by Jerry Hawthorne and published by Plaid Hat Games. In this game, players each take on the role of a stuffed animal that comes to life at night, while the girl that owns them is asleep. The stuffed animals go on adventures and learn valuable lessons over the course of 7 stories. While playing this game, parents can use these fables or stories to teach their own children, or whoever they're playing with, these very same lessons their characters are learning in the game. But don't worry, I won't give away any spoilers. So let's check it out, and I'll show you how to gear up your character, how to attack some crawlies, and how to avoid losing stuffing in Stuffed Fables. So this game is played game by game. It's kind of like a story mode campaign where pieces of the game are revealed throughout the game. On the back of here, there are all these characters, and in the beginning you can only be Theodora, Lumpy, Flops, and Stitch. Lionel and Piggle are come out in the different stories. So there's 7 stories, and then there's endings to each story. So I'm going to teach you guys how to play, like the mechanics and how to set up for your first game, but I'm not going to actually do any spoilers or reveal any parts in the story. I might have to reveal some of the first one, but that's unavoidable. To set up, hand out all of the player cards. In the beginning, you have Theodora, Lumpy, Stitch, and Flops to play with. So they've got some special skills that you can use during the game, like just for instance, Theodora, once per turn, when taking a turn with Theodora, you may swap one of your attribute dice for an attribute die in the discard pool. That is super powerful, but I'll go over that in a little bit. And then they all have special abilities. You can re-roll one or more blue dice. Use this ability after rolling. You may re-roll one or more of the green ones. And then this one, you can re-roll yellow ones. So they've all got specialties, and then the 2 other characters, Lionel and Pickle, also have cool abilities. So on your cards, you have your special ability, you have your name, you have your picture, and you have a place to store dice and hearts, which allow you to do these 3 extra abilities, and you have your stuffing, which is your health in the game. So at the beginning of the game, you start with 5 health. So each player gets 5 health. And all of your heart abilities are different from each player. So then you stick all of the colored dice into the dice bag. So colored dice, there's black, and then there's blue, green, red, and there's purple. It's called purple, more pink, wild. So the green is used, you can use any of them for moving around the board, which I'll give an example, and then blue can be used to defend. Green and red are used for ranged and melee attacks, and then yellow is used for searching, and purple can be used for any of them. Yeah, any of them. And then you have these black threat dice, which are bad. You draw them, and then it goes on this board out here. You put them out here, and bad things happen when you get none players or as many things around there. So enough talking. You put all those in there, and then you put in all of the stuffing dice, none players +1. Set this aside. All right, so we're going to open this up just for the first page, and slide this over a little bit, and shuffle the item deck completely, and then we're going to place that right there, and then shuffle all of the lost cards and put them next to them. Then shuffle all of the minion cards, they've got minions, and place them here. So then take the sleep cards, so take the waking card, and then shuffle this and pick 2 random ones, and then shuffle them with that. So then we know that the card is one of the bottom 3. We're going to put those right there, and then shuffle the rest of the sleep cards and put them on top of that. Then take all of the remaining tokens, hearts, buttons, stars, lost tokens, and stuffing, and place them off to the side. I'm going to keep them off screen for table space. Also, you can take all of the status cards and put them there, and then put the special space clarification cards up here also. And then choose a player to be the first bookkeeper. That will be Lumpy. They will be reading the story first. You are now ready to begin. So this is the first story, The Big Girl Bed. So then the reader would read all of this, and Stitch's Fable. I'm not going to read this, so you guys can discover it on your own. So it says at the end, go to page 5, section 5.1. So that is this page, the Crawling Dread. So then you go to 5.1, and then the bookkeeper reads the story, and then how to gear up. So this is important for the first game. Each player looks through the item deck and for a weapon card of their choice with the keyword kitchen or study, and equip it. So on here, it has all these keywords. So we've got pause, kitchen, household, cut. So this one says kitchen on it, that one says kitchen on it, that one says kitchen, but you only take weapons. So these are melee weapons, that's armor. So you're going to go through and take all those, and then players choose which ones they want. So let's give Stitch this cleaver, and then it's good to have ranged. Actually, we're going to give Stitch old number 2 that has study on it, and we're going to give a ranged one to Flops over there. Let's see what we got here. Need something that's set. Okay. So the gear up section is different for each story. So after that it says go to section 5.2. So then there's more story, and it gives you setup. So grab a number of crawly figures. So that's going to be these ones. So these are equal to the number of players. So these are crawlies. We've got the leader is a circle, and then the other 3 have other shapes. We got a pentagon, a square, and an octagon. So we're going to go through here. We're going to find all of the crawlies. We're going to take them out and put them in place. So it says grab the, equal to the number of players, and then number of stuff in play. Place one crawly on the space marked the tool, this kind of evil spot, and then place the other ones adjacent to that crawly, and then place the crawly cards face up. So we're going to do the circle. It's going to be crawly number 1. It's the leader, and then the other ones are the leader has more health and has different attacks. All right, there's all of our crawlies, and then we're going to put this guy right there, and then it's all going to be around him. All right, and then it says to grab all of the stuffies and put it on the little paws. So Lumpy's going to be going first, so it's a good idea to have them in front, and then next is Flops. Theodore's going to be last. So we've got Flops and Stitch, like so. So each page is going to have its own gear up, setup, and different things that's going to happen. There's so many stories and all different maps and special rules through the book. And so I'm just going to play through a couple turns showing you guys how to play with the mechanics. So Lumpy is going to go first. So on your turn, what you do is you draw 5 dice. So then you set them out, and then you roll them to use them. So we've got Lumpy here, and we're going to roll this yellow dice to, we rolled a 2, so we're going to move up 2, and then we're going to use this pink one as a green one to move through this green line. So actually in here there's going to be one that's called walls, barriers. All right, it's not in here right now, but it says that you can only use that colored die to go through those spaces, and we rolled 6, so we can move through there, and then we can whack the guys. So he's a cleaver, so what we're going to do is when you perform a melee attack, add +2 to the die results. If they have 3 or less stuffing, ignore the weapons bonus, which we don't. So we're going to roll this, and we're attacking this pentagon guy. His health is 5, so we have to roll a 3 or higher. So we're going to do that, and we rolled 5, we took him out. So now this crawly is gone, so we're going to take it off, and then this was the pentagon, so we're going to take him out also. So when you defeat a normal minion, you get a button. Buttons can be used in some of the stories to as like a currency to buy stuff, or you can use it to fix yourself in some situations. All right, so we took out one guy, and we're going to try to take out another one with this other die. We're going to roll that, and we rolled 4 + 2 is 6, so we also take out the octagon guy. So Lumpy here is on a roll. They get another button. All right, so now at this point we have an extra die, but we're kind of right there, so and we can't move out because we don't have another green die, so we're just going to save our yellow die for another turn. So now I get a +1 die. You can save blue ones in case the crawlies fight back. So, and then this makes a discard pool, where as Theodora you can swap one of your dice once per turn, so you can get rid of a bad die and pick up a purple or a red one to have an attack. All right, so then we drew 5 dice. We've got drew out 5 dice. We've got 2 black ones and a white one. So the first thing you do is you roll white dice. They're special, they're stuffing dice. So when you roll it, if you roll the number of stuffing you have or higher, then you get 1 more stuffing. So that's how you replenish your health. I rolled 4, I have 5, so that does nothing. We took these 2 dice, so now these go here. If there are no minions, then if you get none players. If not, then if you have the number of minions, then they attack. So that happens at the end of your turn. So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use it since Flops has a ranged weapon, red. She can't hit people with melee, so we're gonna use this red one to move. So we rolled a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can go right there. You can move diagonally. So then we're gonna use this to attack. So our range on this is it's a range of 4, so we can take it, hit anybody. So we get +1, and you'd have to roll a 5 or 6, or we could roll a 4 or 5. We're gonna try to hit the leader, so we're gonna roll this, and we rolled a 5. +1 is 6, so we take out. Oh man, we're on a roll, rolling high numbers. We took out the leader, so that's one less guy attacking. Those still stay out there. So that's the end of our turn. We used all of our dice. So now, since we have the same or more, then we attack. So beginning, you take off all the dice, and then you resolve the attack. So first you have to roll the die for it, and we rolled a 3. So that tells you which attack to do. This one is 1 through 3, and that one's 4 through 6. So 1 through 3, they get to move up to 6 towards the closest stuffy, which happens to be Lumpy. So you move that, and then its range is 1, and then it hits for 3. So Lumpy actually doesn't have a die to defend with. They only have this yellow die, so that won't help him. So Lumpy is hit for 3, and he loses 3 of his stuffing. So this is gone, and he can get it back by drawing white dice, or there's some actions that you can take to give it back to him. All right, so those are both out, and this Crawley is still there, and then it's the next player's turn. After you have an attack, then you take all the dice and put it back in the bag. So sometimes there's a special action called First Surge, and it does some extra things like this one. First Surge, you have to go to 7-3 and read that, and that does something. So play continues, pulling dice, and you're trying to meet the conditions that it says you're trying to do. So you're trying to defeat all the minions right now in the story. So once you defeat it all, it tells you some more of the story, and then it tells you to go to the next page, and then you have more things to do. So in each story, you go through a couple of different maps, and you learn the story. And then also, each story has 2 endings, whether you complete what you were going for, or if you don't. And those are included in the back of the book. Story ends. So that is a quick intro to Stuffed Fables. Okay, I've got my dad here for a parent's opinion. So Dad, what do you think of Stuffed Fables?
I love Stuffed Fables. This is the same designer that did Mice and Mystics. Mm-hmm. We haven't played that one. But I was very surprised at how streamlined it was, how the little kids could pick it up, and all you got to do really is know how to roll the dice.
Yeah. So it's really easy. We had a lot of fun with it. We're on story 4 of 7, and we're really enjoying it. So first is the components. So you have all the cards, and there's a whole bunch of cards. Those are good.
Yeah, this is jam-packed full of stuff.
Yeah.
The box is super heavy. I think it retails for like $70.
Yeah, it's a heavy game with a lot of stuff. So you've got all your cards, and you've got all the colored dice with a dice bag. You have
like the spiral-bound storybook.
Storybook
weighs a lot.
Yeah, and then you have the rule book, and then you have all of the little miniatures. So here I have all of the little stuffies. Lionel, Stitch, Flops, Pickle, and on those, and then they're all so just perfect 3D miniatures, like you'd expect in a miniature.
Yeah, a lot of people have painted them. And
so ours are unpainted right now.
Go look online. There's some really cool pictures of people painting them.
And we've got our Crawley and the Darkheart and the Mongrel, and then we have one of the bosses, one of the
first boss.
I think this is the first boss, Knuckle. Those are all these.
Yeah, and there's more. So
Theodora, Stitch.
You didn't want to spoil anything.
No, I didn't want to spoil anything. I brought out the first guy just to show you. I didn't tell you anything about them. And then these are the main guys. There's a whole bunch of these. I think 4 of each. Yeah. So 4 of these. Then there's like 7
bosses.
There's there's 5.
1 per story.
There's 5, 6, or 7 bosses, and then all of your stuffies. So those are all of the minifigures. So those are all awesome there. So artwork. The artwork is also amazing on this. So
like when you flip the book, like one side is your map, and it has like just awesome art.
Yeah, on every page.
On every single page. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess all of the items, like all their weapons. And
all their weapons are on there. All the armor.
Cool
the box the box art is awesome on this, and on the back and all the sides, you've got all your different guys, and then your own player mats with the with your stuffy on it.
Yeah, yeah, they did a really good job with production quality.
Everything
with
about
artwork.
this is awesome.
Yeah.
So strategy. There's not a ton of strategy. I mean, deciding what to use. You're kind of, sometimes you're pushing your luck using your dice. Not really, but like, oh, I only have so many dice. Can I use this many to get over there? Can I take out the guy with only 1 or 2 dice?
Yeah, but it's co-op.
Yeah.
So you can work together, you can work as a group. Some people can go off and search for stuff or fend off the bad guys while everybody else are trying to complete the objectives. You have some party members that are ranged attacks, some that are melee attacks. So, there's lots going on.
Yeah.
I don't know if necessarily telling, the viewers that high strategy or whatever, I don't know that it's really a whole... maybe I wouldn't call it a strategy game. It's more of an experience.
I'd kind of compare it to a legacy game. Things are unfolding. You're not destroying any part of the game, so you could go back and play it again. Yeah,
you really progress through the story, and you don't really read everything. Depending on
what happens.
Sometimes you might defeat everything on a map, and then it tells you to go somewhere else. Or sometimes you could ignore everything on the map and just go complete the objectives, and you'd read a different paragraph. So you're right. Yeah. You could play it and maybe get a different experience. We have completed the objectives on all of the first 3 stories.
We haven't failed.
So we haven't read what the negative ending is. It doesn't mean you lose or anything. It's just a different experience.
Yep. Actually, we did go back and read one of them, so we could say that.
I don't remember. Maybe you did.
I did.
You stay up at night reading the negative endings?
No, we all, as soon as we finished the game, we read it and we were like, all right, let's read the other one. Just on the first game. We didn't do it on the others.
Yeah.
So Easy for Kids, we played it with both Aiden and Lincoln. So that's who we're playing through. So we're on our 4th game. It's me. I'm Theodora. You're Stitch.
No, I was Lionel.
Yeah, you were Lionel
on another
and
one.
So Lincoln was Lumpy and Pickle.
So that's one thing, is like you said, it's kind of like a legacy game. So things are changing. Like your characters do kind of evolve a little bit, but not true legacy. Like I'm not leveling up my character, and you don't necessarily play the same character every time. Yeah, and that's kind of, I don't know. I think that would be cool.
That's kind of what I'm doing. I've been playing as Theodore every game.
Oh, so you've been picking the same person?
Yep.
So we haven't played My Mystics. I talked to somebody who did, and they said that the gameplay with the rolling and the movement was a little
not quite as streamlined.
Yeah, not as streamlined, and so I still would like to try playing it.
See how it compares.
Yeah, to see how it compares. But this one I've been told that it's super easy. Just the turn is a lot quicker because you just roll the dice.
Yeah, it is easy.
You allocate what you're going to use them for, and then that's it.
Yeah, so like you said, you take all the dice, you see what you want to do, and then you roll them for each thing you want to do, and then that's it.
Yeah, so it's super easy. It does say that you're supposed to pass the reader. I guess if you're playing with younger kids, then they obviously can't be the reader.
Yeah.
But I think it's more fun to share who's reading and not just have a parent read the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. We do little voices and things and really get into the story. I guess we didn't really go into like the fables or the morals of the thing. So each story has kind of a teaching lesson that you can then have a discussion with the people that you're playing with, and really relate that to your life. Overcoming a fear or dealing with bullies or the challenges that younger kids will face and maybe see as they're growing up. Maybe not your age, definitely younger. But I think that you still enjoy playing.
Yeah, it's a cool game. Like, I like playing the game. It's awesome. Like, I always want to go, hey, let's play another round. I'm not getting as much from the story because I don't remember as much as maybe Aiden or Lincoln are about like the story. They can relate to it.
The things that the girl is going through.
Yeah, they can relate to it more than I can. But I'm still having fun enjoying the game.
Yeah, and that makes a good game if everybody enjoys playing it at a wide range of age groups.
Yeah, because you're enjoying playing it.
I am, and it was a long time ago since I faced those fears.
All right, so overall, I can't express like how much I really like this game. There's so many awesome components. The artwork is awesome. All the components, it's cool to just move your little minifigures around. Not quite flick the crawlies off the board. It's just so cool having all of the. You got your awesome map that's laid out. The art on that is great, and having all of your little 3D minifigures on it.
Yep. Yeah, this one came out earlier this year, kind of right after our Kickstarter went live and the backers voted on this one that we review it. So thank you. We went right out and purchased it.
Yep.
And have been loving it. So hopefully you enjoy the review without any spoilers. This one is a little bit challenging to do.
Yeah.
But go check this one out if you like co-ops and stories.
Yeah. Stuffed Fables by Plaid Hat Games. Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page, send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game, visit our webpage, briansgotgame.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian's My Dad. See you next time.